And welcome back to 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. This is a spoiler playthrough, so if you have not beaten the game, please leave now, because we will have lots and lots of very spoilery commentary. I am Hemborg Chariot, and I'm here with my best friend and resident hater of all things Yoshizawa, Mirth Mouser.
Happy to be here. It's like, I'd say happy to be a hater, but it's very painful. But it's okay, we're playing 13 Sentinels, a game with good female characters. This one is not high on my list, but that is besides the point.
Lemao, good female characters looks at the one bad female character. Megami. Mainly just the ending for Megami.
Yeah, Megami's not a bad character, she just had a disappointing ending. I don't even know if I'd be mean to say Iori is bad as much as she's really the least interesting out of all of them and has the least amount going on. Like, compared to basically every other character and every other route, I'd say I have the least to say about Iori, which is so sad because I think she's got a lot going for her. But the most interesting parts about her are other versions of her.
Yeah, her other versions are far more interesting than the actual Iori Fuyusaka, which is kind of disappointing. But let's get into it.
Yeah. Because I actually do like when Iori shows up in other routes, especially Juro's. It's just, I don't like really how she's written her own.
I love this song.
I'm late!
For a very important date.
Oh my god, you made that reference last time too.
I can't help
I slept through my alarm!
Gotta love the classic anime girl with a slice of toast in their mouth.
Yep.
Weird dreams won't leave me alone. I'm losing beauty sleep.
Beauty sleep, eh?
Almost there.
And she runs into a sexy swing.
Hey, you alright?
Panty shot.
Guess
First
that's
of
a yes.
several.
Watch where you're going, okay? You could get hurt.
So,
Ooh,
I'm
that
just gonna
voice.
say it right now. Bad boys are my type.
I can see it.
I mean, Ryuji is the love of my life, of course he's gonna be. And also, my gay awakening was fucking Nagito Komaeda, of all people. So, like, if you know anything about him, oh boy, that... I was fucked from the start. I was never gonna have good taste in men, but Sekigahara is very much the resident bad boy of this game, and I love that. He is very, very handsome. I love this fucking twink. I want to bend
Here
him.
Yes. Ei Sekigahara, voiced by the ever-talented Kyle McCarley. Who voices everyone from, from Sweet Wholesome Boys to 9S to absolute monsters, like Simon from Infinity Train. He's got a wide voice range, and he is very, very good at what he does.
Or fucking Shinji Mato from Fate Stay Night, who rapes his sister regularly, so that's a fun fucking thing to compare to.
Oh, well, I guess we've both, it's like we've heard him be a monster in several things then.
Yep. Kyle McCarley, we stand. Another very, very good acting performance in my opinion. I mean, everyone's doing a really good job, but some of them are like transcendently good. Like Miura, like Chiba, like Iori when it's every character except Iori. Pretty
much. I've got two favorites if we're talking voice performance, but we'll get to them.
This is one of the highlights.
Like, everyone's doing a good job. It's hard to pit them against each other.
It's not even just good job, everyone's doing an amazing job. It's just some
Phenomenal.
people... Everyone's giving like a 9 out of 10 at minimum.
Yeah, at minimum, that's the best way to put it. But there's also so many 10s here. Like, so many of these actors are giving performances of their careers.
Wait, are you?
Oh no! The morning assembly!
An uncanny resemblance.
Already setting
Did she drop this?
something up right away.
A student ID. First year, Iori Fuyusaka. Might be worth looking into.
I love how suspicious he sounds right off the bat, but yet not very much, not exactly entirely cold. I think I worded it this way. He sounds very suspicious, is like kind of untrustworthy, but is like, but also human and someone you don't completely want to write off negatively either.
And also, he's really fucking hot. Like, damn.
His voice is up there, I'll give you that.
Like, I would definitely say my top 3 in this game are Miura, obviously, like, I'm named after him, Sekigahara, and Amiguchi. They're definitely my top 3, and when I finish this game, I would like to write a fair amount of content of the 3 of them being gay and probably doing a lot of crime.
As the saying goes, be gay, do crime.
Be crime, do gay.
Yes. And look at that! The building has changed. It is not how it looked before. Something is off. Or just different because this is set before the route with Juro.
Good morning, sleepyhead. You were sound asleep.
Class is over?
The teacher kept giving you dirty looks.
Oh, fuck, we forgot to look at the mystery files. Sorry.
Yeah.
Juro
Whereas-
Kurabe is a 16-year-old boy from Sakura High School. Everyone is 16 in this game. He loves B-movies and enjoys watching kaiju videos every night. He is a monster fucker. While soft-spoken and good-natured, he feels something off about his everyday life, and one day finds himself summoning a giant robot for real. He also has a mummy king. He's got a mummy king, he's a monster fucker. This is critical analysis from Hamburger Chariot, assigning kinks to everyone based off meaningless drivel.
He's living in a harem and he clearly is not into it. But he's being forced to be, but he's dealt this hand anyway.
Also, I love the event archive. There is so much effort put into this detail. How it, like, accurately summarizes every scene and lists all characters. And, like, time and setting and shit. There is so much.
Yeah, I came back to specifically the All Events archive all the time just to vainly attempt to put together what the heck was going on. And I say in vain because you just can't for most of the story.
Yeah,
but it's fun to do it anyway.
Did you even play the game properly if you weren't constantly checking back?
I would say no. Like, half the enjoyment of the game comes from trying to put it together and constantly failing.
And I love how the beginning, and it's like
It's
right
all-
near the end of the timeline.
I know, it's just... I still remember going through, not just the prologue, probably kind of a decent chunk of everyone's stories. Like, I want to say I was like 15-20% done with the game, and then I went to All Events, and then I was trying to put things together, and I was like, wait, half the game happens before all this stuff, and I don't even know what all of it is?
Yeah, and on top of that, when you go to Juro Kurabe's fucking timeline, a third of his story happens before this.
That threw me for a loop. Just like, all this happens before that? What could all of that possibly be?
A lot.
It's
This
so
is
much.
the 157th scene in the game. So a lot.
A lot. Oh yeah, I meant to say this earlier as Iori's route started. A lot of this game is built off tropes, you know, just general story and especially sci-fi tropes, and uses those tropes to both subvert and build on your expectations. Like, for the most part, it actually uses its tropes extremely well and in a very clever way. I would say that Iori's route doesn't really do that. I do feel like they mostly play the tropes they use with her completely straight, which I wouldn't mind so much in the beginning if they just kind of built on them as they go along, but that doesn't really happen.
Iori really does feel like one of the only characters in this game that is actively not very cleanly written. The writing in this game is incredibly polished, like 95% of the time. There's a couple of characters that suffer a little bit, either because they don't quite get enough time, like Tamao Karabe or Renya Goto, or because they have a really shit ending after the rest of their otherwise great arc. I'm looking at you, Megami. But Iori is the only one that just, like, there wasn't really that much potential lost, for lack of a better term. I don't feel like I'm missing a whole lot with her. She just kind of feels there. Like, Iori, the current version, is not particularly important. It's every other version that is important. So you can't really get rid of Iori, but, like, yeah.
I somewhat not. It's like disagree that that there's lost potential, because I feel like they could have made her route felt more fulfilling to complete if she was just written a little differently with how she reacts to everything. I mean, I'll go into it as we get into scene by scene. My biggest problem is just how aloof she is to everything, and just how it doesn't really go anywhere for her own arc, and how it's such a shame because she's not really written that way in other routes. In other routes, she seems to be taking the story and events rather seriously. Like, sure, she doesn't know everything that's going on, but she's not aloof.
And this is a term that a lot of people like to get butthurt over, but I'm gonna say it. I think Iori is a bit of a Mary Sue. She's a very inactive, reactive protagonist. She doesn't really take a whole lot of initiative other than, oh, I want to find that cute boy, which, I mean, like, you know, relatable. I would also try to find that sexy specimen of a man. But, like, other than that, other than just, I'm trying to find a cute boy, she does very little of her own accord. She kind of just responds to the plot happening around her, rather than actively engages in it.
Yeah, and I feel like it would go a long way if just her attitude was written differently. Like, sure, even if she technically wouldn't do much to the plot, even if no matter what, her other versions were the far more interesting characters here, I could at least like the character herself more if I just felt like she had a bit more to say about what was going on. But again, I'll really dig into those as we see them, because it's admittedly not that much of a problem here. While her prologue scene is written pretty stereotypical, I'm gonna check out on a lot of these lines. I didn't mind it at first.
Yeah, I'm a lot more interested. My favorite moments in Iori's arc are the ones where it's not about her, which is kind of a problem.
You slept through the whole class.
Speaking of favorite things,
I'm Kisaragi. Tomi Kisaragi.
Voiced by the ever-talented
Cassandra Lee Morris, who we stan. Cassandra Lee Morris, let's go. We love Cassandra. She is very talented. She's been doing this for a long time. She has done a lot of great performances, even very long ago. My first exposure to her was as Aoi Asahina in Danganronpa 1, and that is probably the best vocal performance in Danganronpa 1. There's a few really good ones, and then the rest are just kind of like, yeah, they're alright. Yeah, Kiyotaka is also really good, and that's Sean Chiplock, I think. Who is another great voice actor who tragically is not in this game.
Oh, if only. But yeah, most people will recognize Cassandra Lee Morris for her performance as Morgana in Persona 5. That's her most recognizable performance. Some people might even say that's one of her best. I disagree. She does a good job in that game, a very good job even, but if I had to say what the performance of her entire career is,
it's
here.
obviously this. But
It
that
is
kind of
this.
applies to basically everyone in this game. If a voice actor is in this game is probably their best performance yet.
I fully agree with that, but there's an extra layer that goes in with Cassandra Lee Morris. She has one of those voices you can recognize anywhere. Her voice is so distinct it cannot hide from me no matter where I hear it. It's just she can voice a background character for 2 lines. She can voice a major side character. I'll just like, oh yeah, I know that voice. That's Cassandra. And yeah, I heard her dozens of times by the time I got to this game, to the point where her voice, it's hard for me to fully get immersed sometimes because just of how recognizable she is. Sometimes it's just hard to fully immerse yourself into the character as the character when you know the voice so well as other characters. And I did not have that problem at all with Tomi. It's like, it was an uphill battle, but she captures this character so thoroughly, I'm struggling with the words here, but yeah, she captures this character so thoroughly, I could completely forget how familiar this voice is and only hear Tomi Kisaragi, and just, it's so impressive. To take someone I know so well and to throw all that familiarity away. Like, you're a new voice to me now with how well you captured this character. And for that alone, yeah, this is the performance of her career.
Very well
By
said.
far.
This is the problem, I can't really add on to that because you said it all, and I agree with it all because you're just right. Lemire.
The fact that she's able to do that at all astounds me.
Sometimes we agree with each other a lot, and sometimes we violently disagree.
But
let's
makes for fun
continue.
debate.
And I'm Fuyusaka-san, right? I heard the teacher trying to call on you.
Really? Oh, I didn't notice. I've barely even started my high school life. And this is how I make a first impression?
This is in 1984, I think? Versus the
yeah.
85. Most of the game takes place in a year that ends with the number 5, because obviously there's 5 sectors that are all in different eras. But it's like 45, 85, 2025, etc. This one is actually in 84, I think, so we're fairly early on.
I mean, you can tell by the fact that they're still in the old school building. It's abandoned for most of the game.
Miwa-chan's my good friend. She's gentle, kind, loves talking about romance, even though she's shy with boys.
Nice to meet ya.
You too, Kisaragi-san.
Also, another instance of great lighting.
Call me Usami.
It's so good lighting.
Weird nickname, but I'm used to it.
In that case, you can call me Iori. It's nice to be on a first-name basis. I'm Miwako. Usami-chan sits at the desk in front of mine. She has red glasses, braids, and seems a bit weird, honestly.
She's the weird one. She's the most normal out of you 3.
Your forehead is red.
Well, she was sleeping on the desk.
Oh,
Like, girl, if you're gonna sleep on the desk, sleep on your arms.
I kind of bumped into someone. Now the rest of your face is red.
As someone who slept through like 6 years of school, sleep better.
Huh? I wonder why. Well, the guy I ran into is kind of cute, so... Geez, I feel awkward just thinking about it. Sounds like love at first sight. Really? Definitely. It was a destined encounter. You two are meant to be.
My face right now is literally Tomi's right there.
Yeah, same here. I'm just like, girl, 90% of why that relationship is good is because Sekigahara is in it.
Yeah, yep, I fully agree with that one. Well,
This,
yeah.
One of the unfortunate things about having a game where everyone has an at least mildly satisfying couple at the end of the game, for the most part. Like, everyone gets paired off. Means that there is very little non-canon ship support for this game. Which is kind of unfortunate, because it's getting to the point where I think I'm going to be the guy that writes most of the non-canon gay content on AO3. Because no one else will. I'm not writing fucking Takatoshi and Okino.
Trust me, plenty of people. He's like, we'll do that for you.
Yeah, he's the only one that gets any content. And I'm like, cool, hey.
I'll admit, that's a shame. It's like, there are plenty of other characters that deserve that.
You think so? Maybe. What is this? My heart is racing. I wish I could have talked to him more. He wasn't wearing our uniform, was he? Maybe he's from a different school.
Dad, I don't mind that. You know, like, this is like, you know, she's remembering a cute guy she bumped into. Her mind's wandering. She's like, man, I wish I could get to know him more. Like, I was like, okay, that feels very real. You feel a little spark growing. I was like, that I can get behind.
Shall we walk home together? I'd love to hear more about this boy you met.
Like I said, 90% of the relationship is Sekigahara being hot. Not necessarily 100. Like, there is a little bit of decent character writing with Iori for the relationship. It's like the only...
That I'm not fully in agreement of.
A little.
They did have one funny... There is one funny interaction that they had that I liked, and we'll get to it. But unfortunately, it's in Sekigahara's roots, so... Oh, sorry, Iori.
You're welcome to join us, Usami-chan. There's a new crepe shop we could stop by.
Crepes? Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. You sure yawn a lot. Are you a night owl?
Not really. It's just... I keep having strange dreams. They keep me up at night. What kind of dreams? It's hard to remember the details, but last night, I was surrounded by flames, like a burning city. This huge shadow started coming for me, and then I woke up.
Yes, but Kisaragi's the weird one.
Yeah, admittedly, besides that dream talk just there's not a lot of foreshadowing to just kind of greater details of the story here. With Juro and Shiba, they had a lot of, you know, very much casual high school banter that carried a lot of double meanings for where everything would go. It's perfect writing, honestly. You just hide everything in plain sight and you don't even notice it. Here, a lot of this is just fluff that doesn't mean anything.
I like that you basically have to do Fuyusaka's story first so you can get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, there's that.
I put it off when I was playing it.
Yeah, but like, she's the first one that you can actually finish.
That's true.
You can't finish anyone before you finish her.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
Is it lunchtime yet?
Still out of it, I see.
I'm kind of going back and forth. When I hear Iori and Yuko speak, something in my mind checks out a little bit, like, okay, anime girls are talking in anime girl voices, and then Tomi speaks up, and is like, oh, okay, that's a more grounded human voice, and then I perk up again.
Where'd you go to middle school, Usami-chan?
Oh, you know, nowhere special. Kind of far away, though.
Subtle.
Huh. Sorry,
doesn't mean anything.
I have to ask. Usami-chan,
Yeah?
you and Goto-senpai, are you close?
Goto?
Who you may remember as the smart guy in glasses from the first battle.
Nah, not really. Why?
Well, he's awfully popular here at school.
You can tell she feels about Goto just how she said his name. I love it.
Mmm.
Goto.
Seriously? That guy? Jeez. So that's how it is.
Man, I love
I saw you
Usami.
two talking in the hall earlier.
Yeah, don't worry. He's not my type.
And you can feel that. Like, that's like a scathing insult from her.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It's okay, her type is more embarrassing.
Just
just an acquaintance.
The malice
No.
on that line.
I see.
Oh,
Just
man,
an acquaintance.
it's just the backhanded contempt.
It's my
Jeez,
girl.
that door was impossible to
It's
open. How
Girl.
old is this place?
Gosh, Natsuno-chan. Don't break the door.
I didn't!
Yet another amazing character.
This school is so old, it still uses hanging lamps. You don't see that every day. This school is so old, you don't see that.
And yes, here we have Natsuno, voiced by the ever-talented Erica Mendez.
Erica
Also-
Mendez.
Giving the performance of her career. You may know her as Agretzko from Retsuko from Agretzko, or Bernadetta from Three Houses.
Isn't she also in a Persona title? Or am I misremembering that?
She might be a side character. Let me quick check.
I thought she was like a party member.
No, she's not a party member. I would have remembered that.
Like Makoto or something.
No. Makoto Shiramile.
Because I think there's a couple of Ericas.
There's Erica Lindbeck, which is Futaba. There's Erica I cannot say her name. Who's Anne. There's Erica Mendez, who is Bernadetta. Retsuko. Nope, I'm not seeing any Persona names here. Yep, didn't think so.
I just misremembered then.
There's a lot of
Our school's
Ericas.
pretty old. They were working on a new building for this year, but I heard construction was delayed.
I think we'll be moving to the new one next month.
Sure hope so. This place is a dump. I heard it was built during the war. Whoa.
Man, I
That
love
means it's
Natsuno's
over 40 years
performance.
old. Is it your class next door, Nat-chan? Don't worry about it. I had to see your smiling faces. You know this girl?
Yes, she's a good friend.
The three of us have known each other since grade school.
Natsuno-chan, this is Usami-chan.
Last name Kisaragi. And I'm Natsuno Minami. Nice to meet you.
It's such a contrast,
Minami-san.
Iori and
There you
Miyako's
are.
voice versus,
Hey there,
Natsuno.
worst girl. How's it going?
Again, she's got a lot of personality going for her, so I wouldn't call her worst girl. Her character, it's like, it's not her character's fault that her arc has a disappointing ending.
Yeah, she's like the opposite of Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss. She's like, she got gaslighted, she should be gatekept, and she's a girl failure.
Busted.
But like in the best way. Until her ending.
Until it's not.
What are you doing in someone else's classroom? The teacher told you to prepare for the next class. Yeah, I know.
And
oh,
she...
right. You know that
voice-
cat we were talking about?
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Where?
and yeah.
Outside the
Well,
science room. Minami-san. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, that is Megami, voiced by the very talented Cristina Venezuela, who is the voice of so many things. It's like I struggle to say it all at once. I know she was in Devilman's Crybaby. Maybe many
Isn't
people
she
know her.
fucking Ladybug in Miraculous Ladybug?
Yes, I was just about to say. Most people know her as Ladybug in Miraculous Ladybug. It's a bad show. Don't watch it.
Oh yeah, God, don't. Raising your kids on Miraculous Ladybug is a crime in 73 countries, and that's 73 not enough.
If you want a show that respects both your time and is like, and just the fact that you like things, don't watch that show. It hates you. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let's not
Point
get
is,
into
she's-
tangents.
She's a very talented actress who, once again, performance of her career right here.
It has black fur with a white belly, right?
You've seen it too, Miwa-chan?
All the time.
Dang. No fair. I haven't seen it yet. So it's behind the science room, huh?
I love how Tomi's only vaguely interested, because it's like typical high school girl antics when she's just come home from a fucking world-ending apocalypse.
Yeah. I mean, Tomi, I don't blame you. Like, I just saw robot fights. I just saw how serious Juro's route got. I'm very checked out of this.
I'm gonna go talking.
Slice of life talk. That doesn't go
That
anywhere.
nap did her some good.
Okay, it's time for one of my favorite scenes in the early game.
Oh yeah, this scene's great.
This scene is, like, the main reason why I started caring about non-canon
I
ships.
don't see it anywhere. Where could it be?
Whenever I'm
So-
looking at Takatoshi and Okino, I'm comparing it to this scene,
I found you. Hi, kitty.
which is why I'm so disappointed by it, because these two are a better relationship than them.
I mean, if we're talking about emotional
What are you
honesty,
doing
we
hiding
still get
back
a lot of
here?
it. But if we're talking about, you know,
Huh?
closure,
Where'd it
the
go?
game didn't give me that, and I'm very upset.
But why?
Okay, can we just appreciate that this is a gay confession? Like, come the
Pretty
fuck
much.
on.
Don't act like you don't know.
It's Kurabe-kun with Amiguchi-kun.
We have something here.
Amiguchi-kun.
Also, this is the this is the first time you see Amiguchi on screen, by the way.
That is an excellent point.
This isn't like you.
Just listen, okay?
And they're both blushing.
They
is a
knew
first for me
what they were
too.
doing.
The vignette zoom in.
You feel it, right? I want to pursue this with you. Please.
I don't know. It's just... Huh. Fuyusaka-san?
He drops it completely.
And his face, he is so pissed. I love it. He's like, fucking
This seems
straight
great.
white girl flop got in the way of my gay confession. I had all that Japanese city pop playing. I was setting the mood. How dare you? I will eradicate you.
What is she doing here?
I think as long as you love each other, it's okay.
What?
Don't mind me. Bye.
Wait! There seems to have been a misunderstanding.
Oh, this scene's great. I know it's just
Me and
it's just
this
played
guy
for comedy,
dating?
but I think it's done really well. Like, again,
That's
when I was
rich.
first watching it, I was like, oh no, this is an Atlus
Sorry
game.
for the confusion.
I'm very wary of this kind of humor. I'm like, okay, that was done well. That was done with tact.
The great
I liked
thing
that.
is that it's not an Atlus game. It's
That
a
is the best
Vanillaware
part.
game. Atlus only published it and gave it voice acting. It was written by Vanillaware, so it's actually good about gays.
We were
Yeah,
just talking about
very
something.
refreshing.
Yeah,
I'm just
the strange
setting the
dreams
tone
we've
of
been
the
having.
expectations I had going in.
Like, there's even a gay relationship in this game that's canon, and they don't die at the end.
I was terrified of that.
It's...
I mean, I
I
love
think
them.
I have to say it's my second least favorite relationship in the game. But, like... It is there, it's canon. Most people like it, I'm just really not
I
a
mean,
fan
they
of
get-
a lot of the tropes they use.
I mean, they get the most development out of all the couples, and
Maybe it's because I
Arguably
don't
is what-
particularly like either of the characters standalone.
oh, that might be it.
Dreams?
I
So
like
you guys know each other?
I do like Hijama a lot as his own character. I will admit a lot of the reasons I like Okino is because of how he bounces off Hijama. I don't think his character is nearly as fun without how he talks to Hijama. So I'll give you that.
I
Very
feel
much
like
relies on him.
I feel like Okino is the better character out of the two. But even then, I will admit a lot of it is because of the things he's doing to Hijiyama. But like, Okino always is with Hijiyama. There's like 5 scenes in the entire game that Okino is present and Hijiyama isn't. Like, if one's there, the other is probably there. So it's kind
Again,
of
they-
hard to separate the two.
You can't have one without the other. Their dynamic is thoroughly developed. But we'll get to it when we get to it.
She sits in front of me in class.
Yeah.
How do you know her?
We had class together in grade school, yeah?
Uh-huh.
A lip voice.
Man, that was hilarious.
Oh, just gonna say it. It's like Amaguchi easily has the sexiest voice in this game.
Oh god, he makes my knees weak.
Woof, that voice boy.
Whenever I think about him, my heart starts racing. It's like love at first sight. If I said that, would he laugh at me?
Me, whenever I think of Amiguchi, Miura, or Sekigahara.
Oh yeah,
Every
we were
day
complimenting
I have
him, so...
strange dreams. They keep me up at night. So sleepy.
May as well say it now. We have Shu Amiguchi, again, voiced by the very talented Mick Wingert, I think it's pronounced. Yeah, Mick Wingert. Who I actually don't know in anything else, besides that he played Lala in the Persona 5 the animation dub. Not the game, just the anime.
AKA
So-
the greatest anime adaptation of all time. Lamau.
So, yeah,
I mean, it's
so...
not the worst. It could have been a lot worse. It was bad. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been
It
fucking
could have been.
Umineko.
Could have been, but it's still the worst Persona adaptation.
Maybe not even the worst Persona anime, though. I still haven't sat down and watched Trinity Soul.
It's okay, I'll give you that one. Anyway, but yeah. So Shu Amaguchi was the first time I heard this guy's acting, and I gotta say, this is a perfect first impression. You nailed this. This is your magnum opus. More of this, please.
So what are these dreams?
They're dreams where I fuck all the guys in class.
Well, lately, it's been a lot of crazy stuff.
Very kinky. I mean, we're talking ropes, spanking. I'm pretty sure he called me daddy at one point.
Different every
Of course
time.
you'd be into that.
Different every time.
I don't even think they're in chronological order.
Nope, not at
But
all.
they do seem related.
Yep, we gotta just
Weird
piece
thing
them
is,
together.
Same goes for this guy.
I think Shu Amiguchi is just a wild card that's kind of into everything. Or is at least, like, willing to go along with everything. He has basically no limits.
It's like we're seeing the same stuff. The more he tells me, the more I think it all lines up.
Those wings. My
Makes you
goodness.
think our dreams are connected.
Oh yeah, our fucking wet dreams are connected, alright.
Boy, I wish I
Maybe
knew
we've
how to
just
whistle.
seen too many movies.
I guess we do have that in common.
Yes, we watch a lot of sensual films in the film light. The fucking CRT monitors glaring into our eyes at 3 AM on 1985.
We first met at that video rental joint after all.
We wanted the same porn.
Still, I can't help but think it's something else.
We bonded over having a fucking nurse fetish.
Like, I don't know.
We met
telepathy?
Yosuke Hanamura. He was
There you
somehow in 1985, despite the fact that he shouldn't be born yet. But we
Not
met
at all.
Yosuke.
If not that, maybe it's a vision of the future.
A vision of the future where I am bending you over my lap.
The future?
Pulling them out. One by one. Can't stop them.
Anyway, I'm just saying, whenever we dream this stuff, we should compare notes.
Exactly, we should
Yeah.
compare how kinky it gets.
I was gonna say, yeah, check the archive. We are staring at the camera and telling you, the player, check the archive. Compare all your notes every
I
time.
know it sounds crazy. Do you believe us?
Well, actually, I'm more surprised to hear that's all it was. 'Cause I thought...
Class is starting.
I thought you two wanted each
We can
other.
talk more later.
Well, they do. But Iori doesn't have to know.
Let's go, Fuyusaka-san.
I do love that he legit looked fucking pissed when the...
I know.
Like, that's...
I love Amaguchi's expressions. They're so good.
Amiguchi is another one with a lot of great expressions in this game. Not quite as good as Shiba. I think Shiba is the best, but still.
Easily.
Definitely another highlight. There's a fair amount you can pull from him. And he's got such a laid-back run.
I love his
Very
casual
chill.
walk. I adore Amaguchi's casual walk. Well, I think it says a lot that towards the last scene we were like, you know what? Ignore Iori. Amaguchi is here.
Yeah.
I think that says everything.
I think that's just a good summary of Iori in general. Look over there. It's another more interesting character.
Pretty much.
Including every other version of her. But yeah, so that was Iori's prologue. Again, we can't check the fucking mystery files yet, which is unfortunate. Yeah, let's save. Yeah, do we have time for another recording today, do you reckon?
Let's see, not today, but if we start early, we can catch more tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay, I guess we're calling it an end today. Thank you all for watching. We only got 3 chunks out today, but we had some technical difficulties and we started quite a bit later than I would have liked, but that's alright. Time is awful. Hopefully we can get more out tomorrow. Being 4K, these are gonna take a while to actually, like, release, just because processing time and shit takes ages in 4K resolution. So thank you for your patience. Do you have any parting words, Math?
I'm very excited for the next part. I will try not to go on too many tangents, but there are things I passionately want to say.
Yeah. At this point, like, we can go on tangents, let's just try to not go on massive ones.
We'll keep them character focused. I think that's what matters.
Like, back in our first attempt recording this, we made it to Takatoshi's prologue, which is why we mentioned him a lot, because that was so fresh in our minds still. And we spent like 10 minutes talking about the localization of this game when we really did not need to. I think we should avoid that. Avoid the really long shit. But like,
it wasn't
tangents
just
are fine.
it wasn't just the localization of this game. We were talking about localization Twitter discourse, which is even less related.
Yeah, anyway, thank you guys all for watching. We will catch you in the next one. You're about to see an end screen, which is the same end screen I use in all of my videos, and it actually uses a song from this game called Histidine. It's one of the battle tracks in the game, and it's one of my favorites. I think it's really underrated. So, I hope you enjoy that. I will catch you in the next time. Mirth will be here with me.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
See ya!
See ya, everybody.